Okay, welcome. Today we are going to test the tractor trailers, the Peterbilt 389. We hadn't run a lot of tests on them, nor have we shared a lot of information on the vehicles. We end up designing in our own trucks and our own trailers. And, the look of the entire Bertha project is just as important as anything, from the uniforms to the colors to the trucks, and mostly because the Bertha project is going to have, or at least start out with, retired firefighters and police officers that are joining this humanitarian effort. Having appealing outfits, uniforms, trucks, trailers shows a level of professionalism that most career oriented retirees were used to. Most people don't retire from careers like that and did not have some type of honor and structure that went along with that. So, you know, we want to spend extra money to make sure that not only are we designing something that's designed to help the general public out, but we want the people who are going to be part of our team to be, proud of that team and feel honored to be part of that. And the more that you take pride in what you do and the way you look, the people that you go serve, they feel the same way on the other end. You're not just showing up with a jalopy or old beat up truck with, leaking oil and all of that. These trucks will be parked inside our rec center, and they will be parked on clean floors. So it's important. But so anyway, so these are our Peterbilts, but we really want to kind of just talk about the trailers a little bit. They're written out curtain side trailers, and they're 53-foot trailers. And we wanted to, our intent is to get the largest trailers that we can afford. And we really want to just have the capacity. And so you got to remember that Bertha and Kiki carry water, the advanced NOL teams carry water and supplies. And these two trucks will basically make up the bulk of what we're going to bring to any town. And you got to remember, when these trucks head out, or when the entire Bertha project heads out, we are going to communities that are generally thought to have less resources than the other communities that have been devastated. And remember, you know, how it works is whatever Mother Nature decides to destroy, whatever communities, when she hits a state and she decides to destroy, FEMA only needs to tell us out of all of those, let's just say there's 5 communities that were devastated. FEMA just needs to tell us out of those 5 which one has the lowest property value. It's not the poorest people in the community where Bertha Project always goes. It's the lowest property assessed values where we go. So again, we can go to a very affluent community where you have $2 million mansions on the west side of the community, and on the east side of the community, you may have $12 million homes. So we would respond initially to the $2 million size. So again, the Bertha Project, and it took me years to figure out how to make it fair. And making it fair meaning I wanted to take wherever we were going to start out of the hands of man. I didn't want man to decide where the Bertha Project going. I wanted nature to do it in some way. And so we figured that out with always responding to whatever devastation happens in whatever town, city, or state based on property value. Start there and then work our way up the chain to the higher property values. Not that we won't operate in those higher levels. We just always start at the lower end, and that's what's so cool about it. So when you look at these trailers and the truck itself or tractor part, we plan on putting 600 Cummins in there. So we're going to be hauling a lot of weight. We're going to be going across a lot of states. We're going to be going up mountain, down mountains, and everything else. So we definitely want enough power to get up and over those mountains when we run, dated communities in West Virginia, let's say, or the Rocky Mountains. And we don't ever want to be underpowered when it comes to that. So that's why the 600 companies are slated to go in these vehicles. So the Rittenhour trailer is, when you think about it, it really depends on how many pallets that you can get. So generally we figure that for the trailer itself, we can't go over 45,000 pounds for the trailer capacity. And so the number of pallets that we basically can get on this is, you figure that we can probably get 26 pallets, across. And then we can probably stack about 39 pallets high. So that would end up giving us about 14 pallets of water, and that's like 8-ounce bottles of water. And when you think about it, this one truck that you see right here, based on those calculations, we can bring nearly 3 million bottles of water just on one truck. And that's just 8-ounce bottles of water on one tractor trailer load to a town. So again, if you think about a small town like Holly Hill, Florida, that's in Daytona, can you imagine just one truckload bringing that much water to a community that's not used to having those type of resources immediately after a storm hits? I mean, that's huge for the community. People sitting back now that are on their internet, got all their lights on, got plenty of food in their refrigerator, got plenty of gas in their car. Life is good for them. But it's when these storms hit and you have food in your refrigerator that's spoiled, you haven't had any electric for a couple days, no one's come around, you're starving, you're out of your medication. When you get to that point, when you look at what the Bertha Project, and knowing that we could be out there on our way, because you're not in a situation where the fire department can help you. You're not in a situation where the police department can help you. And I mean help you, not that they don't want to help you, but if they could get to you, they don't have any supplies. They don't carry supplies in police cars to give out. And they don't carry supplies on fire trucks to give out. And so, who else is going to help you in some of those situations? So again, designing something specifically to go to communities and be able to carry all their supplies and bring them to the people. That's the idea. Now, the tractor trailers do not go into the communities. They're designed to go to the closest firehouse and police department and park there. And then Bertha and Kiki will locate them. And the reason they go to the local fire department or police department, because when communication goes down after these disasters, there will be no way for Bertha and Kiki and the Bertha team to even communicate with each other as well. So knowing that you can pull out a map and find out where the local fire department or police department is, you would just drive to each of those until you figure out, where Bertha and Kiki is. And that would be in the rare cases that we didn't know where they were beforehand. Because what happens is we will operate in starting at the lowest property assessment in that community that's been devastated, and then we'll move up the ladder. So what happens is the supply trucks have to move up the ladder as well. So we start in Daytona, and now we're in Deltona, Florida, right? The trucks shouldn't be no longer in Daytona. They should be headed to Deltona and find the closest fire department, police department there to park. So when you think about the amount of water that these trucks can bring, that's incredible. And then Bertha and Kiki as well, or not even Bertha and Kiki, but when we're talking about the 5-gallon jugs of water that these trucks can carry as well. So one would carry about 2.9 million bottles of water, and then let's say the white one's carrying the jugs, and that would be almost 30,000 5-gallon jugs of water. So you got just those tractor trailers alone that are capable of bringing all of that water to a community, and then you go back to the 228 jugs of water that Bertha and Kiki can carry as well. And so, of course, we would, fluctuate exactly what we will have on there. Do we need, nearly 3 million bottles of water? I mean, we might, but if we don't, that's what we will have to learn over time. What we need to carry. Do we need to carry that much water? No. Okay, can we carry more glow sticks? But yeah, so anyway, so I just wanted to kind of show you the tractor trailers and kind of let where we are and what we're thinking about. And that's it. So we love your support, and keep watching us. And we will be applying for our grants and stuff pretty soon. We're still working on all of that, so we'll let you know what the outcome is. Some of these things don't even get looked at until like September, so it'll be a while. Take care. Ciao.